Tribe has let loose early goals often on a couple of occasions this year, so Penn may suit well to repeat that history as they get the ball back right here.
Well, it's one of the things that the keys to the game. Chris Norris is really, really concerned. He wants to get past the first 15 minutes without conceding a goal. Okay. And you and I have been here for at least 3 times together with the Quakers. They come out hard and they attack fast. So that's something to keep an eye on. And, it's just kind of an interesting, somewhat midweek game we have.
Interesting indeed. As you see the starting 11 for William and Mary in the formation they plan to throw for the evening. And, for the Tribe, Coach, you want to keep an eye on the first 15 minutes. We'll talk more about the fixtures they've had so far this year and their spot in the CAA. But for the Quakers, that's been their motto all year long as we see their starting 11 for the red and blue. All ahead again, Philip Falcon III, a slide tackle on the near side. Hamilton House does well to get down, and Penn will have the throw-in here in the early goings of this contest.
Yeah, and Coach Gill's given Aiden Frick an opportunity to run in the midfield. A couple of guys they just want to get healthy because they have a huge game here on Saturday that you and I will be calling against the Big Red of Cornell. Right now in second place in the league.
Mm-hmm. Cornell sitting with 6 points, Penn with 5 points, so that matchup coming up on Saturday here at Rhodes Field is going to be huge inside of the Ancient Age. So for tonight, whereas, as we said during the Open, you don't want to look past this matchup, but also as well, you want to maybe get some other players in, make sure everybody is properly healthy for Saturday, and then we'll see what the evening brings. Right now, Penn trying to work up. Penn's the home white uniforms. As Patrick Kayali through the midfield. Nice job by Kosic to get that back. They just slap it clear. Connor Dawson will send to his keeper, and Philip Falcon III will cover things up. And that one goes into the foyer here at the entrance of Rhodes Field. I think we've only had 4 total shots go up and over the wall this year between the men and the women's side. So we keep track of these
3?
things. 4. I think I got 4.
You got 4?
I think I got 4.
Yeah.
So for the William and Mary supporters watching us this evening, the traffic you see in the background, that's Interstate 76, also known as the Schuylkill Expressway. We just fear that the single vehicle width roadway that's right on the outside, I don't think you can get 2 cars side by side. I don't want to try.
And my partner, Dan Fritz, loves to see the balls go out, although it's an expense to the Penn Quakers. It could be an
expense. It's expense, but I just don't want anything to happen on 76. Traffic's bad enough getting in. We need that to go home.
My partner just wants to hear a little bit of a pop.
No, I don't. I heard too much of that in my life. No, thank you.
So now, we mentioned that William and Mary coming in with a 2-7 record, and yes, midweek game. This would be so easy for the Quakers to look past. But I'll tell you why they shouldn't, because you have 2 similar teams, and similar in the way that William and Mary a high academic school, as is Penn. So right away, you're going to have 22 kids out on the field today that are alert, fast thinkers. They can stay alert for long stretches at a time, and those are the hardest teams to play against, despite the 2-7 record.
2-7 record indeed, but the one that stood out to me as well is they've yet to get a victory on the road. They're 0-4-1 with that one draw. So away from their home pitch, the Tribe has definitely been having some problems. But, you also take a look at some of the opponents they had. When you look at the fixtures they've had this season, there's some top-quality opponents in that schedule, which, as you well know, Coach, you want to schedule good. So this way it improves any chances as far as postseason. But when you look back, they played at then number 2 NC State. Unfortunately, that was a significant loss. Old Dominion, they dropped 3-1. At Charleston, they dropped 3-1. Last time out, though, versus Campbell, They dropped 4-0, but that first goal came in the first 20 seconds. So, as the coach told you earlier, they definitely want to keep things in check for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, they want to keep things in check. And again, the Colonial is a very, very difficult conference. If you look at the teams that are in, Elon, Campbell, Monmouth, Hofstra, a very difficult conference to play in.
Well, we know of one right across the street, Drexel.
Yeah, and Drexel. And this is a William & Mary program that's steeped in tradition. Going back to Coach Chris Norris has been in this program, if you can believe it, for 30 as a player.
You told me this pregame, I almost fell over.
So Chris Norris has been with the program as a player, assistant coach, and head coach for a total of 35 years.
Wow. That is awesome and impressive, all in the same breath. Penn trying to get a turn. Oliver Pratt comes flying in. Ollie set, serves up the right hand inside, and Penn's on the goal. 1-0's the score. What a missile shot. And Penn has struck first. Looks like Romeo Dahlin with that laser.
Yeah, Oliver Pratt with this early cross coming in. A lethal ball to the near post. A tremendous header, as we're going to see here by Dahlin as he gets into the near post. That's a high-level goal right there, Dan.
Even with the mid-air acrobatics, Romeo Dahlin gets his 5th goal. Oh, they give it to Ollie. They just... Okay, the public address announcer gave it to Ollie. But I think everybody else at the table is saying Romeo Dahlin. There we go. Romeo Dahlin is the goal scorer, his 5th of the season. Ollie at least gets his first assist of the year, maybe. We'll see. Penn right back the other way. Here we go again. Service in front. That one just left off the mark.
We hardly had a chance to say that Chris Norris's biggest fears have been realized in conceding this early goal less than 7 minutes into the match. And now they find their way, swimming against the current, so to speak.
Or going against traffic on 76.
Going against traffic on 76.
Trying to negotiate rush hour traffic on the Schuylkill Expressway. Foul called against Penn. The referees for tonight, once again, Mr. Mike DeFelice is the referee in the middle. Brendan Quinn, Zachary Rubinek, the assistant referees. Inga Marek, the 4th official this evening, tasked as the official mediator between the two technical zones here right in front of us. As we take a look at the Sheraton season history, that's the only 4th time these two teams have met. And you're talking about how long the coach has been around. First time here on this pitch. Last time they did meet was last year. The decision was 3-1 down in Williamsburg. But they have yet to defeat the Quakers here in Philadelphia, let alone here at Rhodes Field. The last time here, games were still being played behind us at Franklin Field.
Yeah, this is a storied William & Mary program that Chris Norris took over from Al Albert, who had been the coach there for 33 years, a little bit more on Al later. But when we dissect that first goal by the Quakers, that was vintage Oliver Pratt, and we've seen him get up and down that right flank for 4 years now. He hit that early diagonal ball, and he put it in a place where he eliminated the goalkeeper. But credit to Romeo Dahlin for not only great timing, but just kind of hiding a little bit in that box. The timing was just absolutely perfect. That was a high-level goal.
Well, no, it's funny. When Ollie come crashing in, I thought I heard a little bit of a sigh of disgust coming from the Penn bench. And then Ollie serves up the opportunity for Romeo. So I'm guessing they retracted that maybe. Because I thought I heard Brian Gill just not happy with it. Yeah. Wasn't sure with what, because Ollie's been doing that for 4 years. Just come crashing in, saving the day, keeping the play alive, and he tees up the first goal of the night.
But I love the place, the area, the part of the field, the early diagonal ball that Oliver Pratt served the ball in from, and he didn't take it to the byline.
Rutenberg now up the right wing. He's got a pair of Quakers with him, trying to set something up for the Tribe. From the end line, service across, header back. The Quaker netminder better with the gloves. Did not miss by much.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity. Ball served into the far post. The aforementioned Oliver Pratt, a little bit of trouble defending that ball. And that's what you find, with fullbacks a lot of times. If the ball is served in quickly enough that their body isn't shaped up correctly, that play seemed to get on Oliver Pratt's blind spot. It was headed back. It could have been a real dangerous opportunity for William & Mary to knot this thing and make it even.
From the back line. Quakers will slowly move forward.
So we mentioned Al Albert previously, coach of William & Mary for 33 years, 12 NCAA tournament appearances, 1 Elite 8, over 400 wins, and one of the best guys that college soccer has ever seen, one of the most contributing, former president of the National Soccer Coaches Association. Coach of the Maccabea team. A true gentleman. Al, if you're listening, thank you for all your contributions to our great game.
From the back line, William & Mary. And Oliver Pratt did get the official assist calls. We double check the live stats. William & Mary now working left side of the box, trying to level things up. Penn gets the first touch. Smack towards the middle. And they just send it along.
I know the Tribe has 17 goals this year, but they don't have a bona fide go-to goal scorer. And a lot of times when you hear teams say, well, we played well, we had possession, we got in behind them, we just couldn't finish. Well, most of the time it's because you don't have great finishers. And so now you're going to have to manufacture goals and get them in different fashion. But I like some of the things they put together here so far. Since conceding that goal, I like some of the attacks. They've gotten behind the Penn defense a few times.
I mean, it's one thing, when your team settles down early, but, unfortunately, the scoreboard reminds you that you're down by 1. So they're going to have to try to get that finisher you made mention. As this one headed right in on target, Philip Falcon III does collect it, and he'll send it on its way.
Well, I mean, again, different ways of manufacturing goals. With the long header, they just a long header played into Damon Burney. If that's a name that sounds familiar,
yeah, we
to Penn fans. No relation.
I looked it up too when I started building out the sheets over the summer. Penn punching through. Here's Kaeli, racing out to the right side. He's got to track it down. Serves one up, chip shot across. We'll try this again. Aiden Frick couldn't get to it. Herbert, left side. Sokolowski, no. Retreats back up, but Penn well forward. As Connor Dawson will take this from the bottom of the circle. Left boot in, good square. Trying to go forward. Dangerous ball, but Mr. Epen able to collect it. Ball comes down. The Henke gives chase. Mr. DeFelice blows the whistle on a foul. I did not quite get it.
I think we got a good night weather-wise. A little bit of a wind here, but
consider what we had the past couple of days.
Not
I mean,
too
I don't know
much.
up by you, but a little windy in my neck of the woods and all points east.
Not a lot to complain about when you come into beautiful Rhodes Field.
No. And even then, like we said, the first time William & Mary's been on this pitch, once again, when we got here, some of the players walking around enjoying the pitch, getting rid of the shoes and socks and just enjoying the surface. Foul called, and this is against the Quakers. We talked about the importance of Saturday's game. There's a look at the Ivy League standings as they read right now. Princeton sitting atop of the Ivy League table, a perfect 3-0 with 9 points, 9-1 overall. As Penn works towards the middle of the shot, and the second goal is in the back of the net, and it belongs to Romeo Dolan. Romeo Dolan, 2 goals in the first half.
We had talked about Bernie, just a careless turnover by the young freshman. Romeo Dolan is just right on the mark here.
That
just
one was
poaching away.
All his. Ryan Epen went to get down, but unfortunately just came right over. And his second of the night, number 6 on the season. I mean, just all Romeo from Jump Street. Gets the step here. Nicely done.
That's just good old-fashioned high pressure.
That's
right
it.
There. And
comes a little right, takes the right foot. And I don't know if that bounced over or rolled over Epen's gloves, but nonetheless, Penn on top, 2-0.
It was a hard shot. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that shot saved before. I'm not saying it was Epen's fault. I've seen seen that shot saved before. But Dolan now with 6 goals, and we had talked about the absence of Stan Korzeniowski.
Stas
Korzeniowski is what I said.
I think Stan's his cousin.
It's a Polish name, and
I didn't say that.
We talked about Stas,
Right.
who's done well for the Philadelphia Union too.
They have, and like you said, Coach, we wondered where are the goals going to come from.
Right.
Since Stas has graduated and moved on, and a good number of the Quakers have answered that, and Romeo Dolan being one of them.
Yeah, I mean 19 goals so far this season for the Quakers in their 11th game of the season. That's pretty steady. If we hear the term complementary football, if we want to apply that to soccer, if you're throwing in that Penn is averaging about a goal and a half a game, but they're not conceding anything.
No. I mean, you look at the shots right now, even though you look at the stat line, William & Mary, 3 shots, 2 on target. Penn's 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 in the back of the net. Each with a foul apiece, but nonetheless, the numbers that matter are on the Mark Rappaport team scoreboard here. 2-0 favor of the home side as this one comes in. Still around. Whoa. Just went over the line, says the far side official referee.
And not to jump forward to Saturday's game, but you have a pretty stingy Penn defense here going up against a high-powered Cornell attack, which was, however, shut out by Princeton on Saturday. But yeah, that's going to be a great matchup with serious implications, not only just for the regular season, the chance to get first place in the regular season, but also playoff implications.
Oh yeah, not so much as far as who's going to be hosting the tournament, which, in the here and now looks like it's going to Princeton, but. And there's still plenty of conference play left. Like we said, after tonight, the rest of the fixtures are Ivy League for the Quakers. So it's definitely going to be interesting. But we talked about in the last broadcast, the RPI, what you've been doing, any national rankings, as you saw in the statistics, but all that's going to come into play, and part of it is what you do in the regular season and your non-conference play as well. So having this match, like I said, a chance that if this pace continues, I would venture a guess that Brian Gill will bring in some of his reserves, get them some quality playing time, see what they can do as this one comes over. Down again. William & Mary bench calling for a offside, but I think Howes was properly behind him. Now a good read, good step as you hear the bench. Rutenberg.
Well, two things I'm going to counter with, partner, is that it's a 2-0 lead right now, but we've got 26 minutes left in the first half.
Crossing bar, nobody there.
And we've been around enough to know what a risky lead that 2-0 lead is, because you have a tendency to just do things a little bit different. You have a tendency to do things that got you to that 2-0 lead, such as the high pressure, the high octane attack that we saw from Penn on the first 2 goals. The other thing is with regards to the Ivy League standings, the Ivy League players, we're only 3 games into league play, and while Princeton, is looking good at the top of the league right now.
Right.
It's only 3 matches in, and there's a lot of soccer. There's a lot of soccer ahead of us. Princeton ranked 9th in the country, number 1 in the RPI. And boy, that if we want to really get ahead of ourselves,
go right ahead.
We're going to look at the matchup right here on Rhodes Field, which I believe is November 8th.
How to wind things out.
Princeton against Penn.
That game. Bring the popcorn for that one. Because even if you take away, Ivy League standings, national rankings, everything else, it's Penn, it's Princeton. It's going to be good.
If there is such a thing as an Ivy League derby, that is one. And,
Interesting. Okay.
The 2 teams that played for the championship last
Delaware
year.
River Derby, maybe?
Delaware River Derby. I like it a lot.
I-95 Derby?
I like that one a lot, Dan.
You kind of need I-95 to get up to Princeton from here.
Nah. But just again, it's there's a good chance it's going to be a 3-bid conference again this year.
Very good chance.
Quite possibly the same 3 teams that got bids last year.
I'll give you that. Right now, Penn working up top again. Shot to the left side this time. Mr. Epen gets low, gets left, and make sure that it clears. But it is going to be for a corner kick.
Yeah, boy, I don't know. Maybe because they were coming off exam week last week.
In real time, I thought it just went straight wide right, but now I see the deflection. I was kind of curious at the corner, but Penn will set things up. Patrick Kaeli. Patty bending left foot into the box, taken away nicely by William & Mary. Penn, though, right back at it this time. Up in the air is Ryan Epen, and he'll collect it with the gloves. But, yeah, coming off of, getting, finals for the semester done and all that here at University City. You can just tell whether it was the men's side or the women's side, they just had this kind of drained look about them a little bit.
Well, I could tell you who doesn't have a drained look to him is Romeo Down.
There's a lot of pep in that man's step this evening. This shot goes far post, nobody home. So going back to your point as far as William & Mary, Coach, they're getting a good build. They're getting the delivery. Just where it's not connecting is the finish.
Yeah. And so now what's going on is you have a 2-0 lead, and you have a team that you might say that their forte is defense in the Penn Quakers. And what's happening now is William & Mary will get on a break. They'll get an attack going. They'll get a little bit of a counter moment going. But Penn is so good at getting people behind the defense, and they're so committed, always have been. And so when you look up now, if you're a William & Mary player out on the flank, you look up, and there's 8-9 players back behind the ball and in very organized fashion. That's hard to break down.
Hard to break down indeed, as Penn has been doing well in the middle part of the park. Herbert outside. Pratt. Patty didn't like what he saw, so he dropped back. Malachi Neal, we saw him last time here at Rhodes Field. Saw him get his first goal of the season. Nice sliding tackle out of bounds. It'll be a Penn throw in.
Yeah, Quaker's just in a nice flow right now. They're mixing up some short balls with some long balls, string of passing, putting connections together, putting passes together. But there's always that chance that you're going to be lulled into a false sense of security sometimes with this 2-0 lead.
And you and I have called enough games both on the men's and the women's side that, we've watched the team. They have that 2-goal cushion, and then all of a sudden they kind of don't realize what's going on. And then now it's 2-1, it's 2-2, it's 2-3, and you find yourself in trouble as Quaker a little slow to get up. Mr. Dolan taking a little inventory.
Looks like both teams are getting some substitutions up. And again, interesting part with, it's not a new rule anymore, but with the 6
Modified,
windows,
yeah.
With the 6 windows of opportunity to sub. We used to see subs coming in one at a time, and now we're seeing them coming in mass. We're seeing them coming in 3 and 4 at times, which used to be frowned upon. Because
I know exactly what you mean. It's because you only should be only allowed to substitute one person here, one person there, but now everybody's, as this one goes far post, headed, bounced up to the awaiting gloves of the netminder from Morris Plains, New Jersey.
Well, with the mass substitution, you're trading off fresh legs for relationships out on the field, and it's not easy to throw 4 new players into the match, even though these guys have been training together, they know each other. Sometimes just the great combination and the great relationships that you have that you miss out on when you throw 4 players in at one time.
William and Mary with the ball from the back line. The pass in here for Diorio. He gets it picked, and Penn's going to send it right back into the middle. Play on, says the referee. Penn's got the possession. As once again, Romeo Dolan scoring the goals and taking a little bit of a hitting for it.
Yeah, well, that was it. Mr. Burney is 6'6", the young freshman. He really got into a tackle there on Romeo Dolan.
And again, as we said, a familiar last name to this part of town and similar playing styles as well. Ball comes all the way up top. Philip Falcon the third, left foot. Nicely done. Past the circle. First touch, William and Mary. Coyelli, though, feeds it out wide. Pratt sends it back to him. Connor Dawson. Nahenke immediately sends the left foot inside. The shot! Penn gets down for the save.
That's beautiful soccer to watch, to be honest with you. The ball starting in the back with Dawson playing over wide to Nahenke, who was not pressured coming in from the flank. Just served a beautiful low ball. That could have been 3-0.
Could have been 3-0. I mean, I think if they could have waited a half second longer, they would have gotten Epen to bite a little bit more. He started going that way, but upon the shot, he is able to immediately cut back down and cover. Aiden Frick sends right wing. A little too strong on the lead. Pass inside. Dangerous ball. Nice touch. But, there's a first. Up onto the roof of the hot indoor track and field facility. Sokolowski comes out. And Botine in favor of Owen Sullivan and Michael Howard. So there is a ladder on the left side of the building they just found. You want to go get it at halftime?
It never ceases to amaze me, your fascination with balls that run astray from the pitch.
Well, man, that's actually the fire department and me kicking in and seeing the ladder.
You're a big kid at heart, and
I'm
everyone
a big kid.
and everyone.
Pass back to Philip Falcon the third. He didn't get all of that one, and it just kind of pops up in the middle. This one, I think, hit off the same part of the shin.
You have a good substitution pattern here. Now you got Michael Howard and Owen Sullivan, and two guys that are going to be a crucial part of Penn's run to a possible Ivy League championship. We got a month left to play. Getting these guys playing time. These guys have started matches. They've come in off the bench.
I was just going to say, of the substitutes you were talking about, the relationships and the chemistry, but putting in Michael Howard and Sully, first off the bench, their starts kind of make up for what comes off the pitch as well. As here's Sullivan, looks up, good footwork, in all kinds of traffic, puts it in the middle. Herbert.
Yeah, Penn more than content to just keep spreading the ball out, keep moving the ball from side to side. Making William and Mary chase a little bit, and the more that you do that, Dan, the more you hold on to the ball. Eventually, all those little runs that the defense has to put in, they add up. They add up, and they start to break you down physically and mentally. And so now, this is all Penn has to do is just stay in a nice flow. Don't be foolish. Don't be giving away balls in the back. Don't commit fouls in the back.
And also, as well, it does build up for a very smart presentation for an attack to goal. Back to your point, you don't want to be foolish with anything. You got a 2-0 lead, latter stages of the first half, and it is definitely you're not there. You still got plenty of game to take care of and to properly manage. Whether you're the boss or whether you're one of the players, you still have to manage, a better part of, an hour left of match play.
Yeah.
So.
And management is the appropriate word. Mm-hmm. Is that yes, you've got to manage this time, you've got to manage this minutes. If you're Brian Gill, you've got to manage a lot of things at this stage of the season, and you got to manage injuries.
Pass to the right side. Diorio didn't like what he saw, dropped back to House. Trying to feed Rutenberg. Rutenberg looks up. He doesn't have much going towards net. This one comes back towards the Penn bench. Stays in bounds, but not by much. Now back to the middle. Dolan sends out. Howard making some noise. Out of bounds, and we'll have another corner kick. Penn's second of the evening.
Talk about management now. Yeah, this is the time of the year where the job of the person in charge, the head coach, it slowly shifts from being coach to manager and managing so many things. But we have so many great coaches in this league. What they do well is they manage their team's abilities to peak at the right time. And that's an art and a skill. And so many of these guys do it so well.
Left foot from Coyelli inside. Dangerous ball into the box, bouncing around. Try for a bicycle kick, but just got too much underneath of it, and it goes out of bounds. As you see, Owen Sullivan trotting back into position. Mr. Epen will set up the goal kick.
So the things that you have to manage, you have to manage the mood of the locker room, which obviously in Penn's situation should be pretty good. With a 5-2-3 record, you have to manage minutes, expectations, making sure that the boys are happy, they understand their role on the team, making sure that training sessions this time of year are sharp, but now you've got to maybe just cut them down a little bit, make them a little bit shorter, keep the players interested. More than anything, Dan, with these young men and their incredibly busy academic schedules, in an Ivy League school setting, to get your team to peak at the right time, you've got to make sure that this doesn't feel like a job to them.
Well, one person that's definitely happy, again, Romeo Dolan. This is, and I was just looking back over the recap, the second time that Mr. Dolan has scored twice in one game this year. He did it in a season opener, the 4-0 win versus Loyola, Maryland. Then he scored in the 29th and 77th minute. He has the 2 goals in the back of the net so far this evening. As the Tribe looks to go long, the Henke sends it out of bounds, and we will have substitutions for everybody. We'll have them displayed for you on the screen. As we see for Penn, Will Kelly's checking in, as well as Adam Ambrose Aiken, Gavin Seeley, Phil Pack making his 4th appearance on the year. So we talked about the reserves getting quality time, and we see it present here, not only for this match, but going into Ivy League play as well.
Well, good move by Brian Gill, getting these guys in, because these are guys that are not getting a lot of minutes, and they're competing every day to make the first team players, the starters, better.
Numerical matchup here between the number 4s, Gavin Seal and Alex Kochel. Goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Quakers as we're under 9 minutes remaining.
Yeah, so you keeping these guys, you're keeping fresh legs, so to speak, in the match. You're rewarding them for their hard work in making the starters train even harder. Just got to make sure that the right chemistry there and that there's no letdown.
This ball forward. A foul called against the Quakers, and it'll come back the other way. The Tribe with an opportunity for restart. Alex Kochel drifts over to the right side. Jack Wagner also in the match. Play continues in the mid part of the pitch as William and Mary
Yeah, where Penn is really making it difficult for William and Mary, and they have done since the opening whistle, is just getting that first ball into the midfield, getting that penetrating ball. I kind of like the idea there, the option of playing over the top a little bit more. But Penn is so good at just maybe giving you passes around the back, but denying that entry pass into the midfield. And when you do get that entry pass into the midfield, making it difficult for you to turn or making it difficult for you to find second connections and get into a flow. That's where Penn is very good at.
Foul called against Penn here, so just a little bit south of the center circle. Mr. Rutenberg will set up Majority of his teammates look to be lining up left side of 18 as we have 6:43 and counting left to go here in the first. Opts to go short side. Off to the right, deflected in front. Couple of deflections as well before it comes out to all the way to Mr. Rabish. Service looking far post. First touch header Penn. Second control for the Quakers, Wagner. Foul called against William and Mary just outside the 18.
Yeah, so you know what you saw in that last little sequence, a nice switch from the left flank all the way over to the right flank. William and Mary losing the ball, but they've got a nice little counter press going on that play, and it's probably something they're going to have to rely on a little bit more if they're going to get back into this match.
Foul called against William and Mary, so Penn will have the direct kick. Nice service looking far post. And William and Mary's netminder collects it. Back towards the middle. Left side, Sullivan. Left foot to the flag, nicely done. Penn working on some clock under 4 minutes, and a foul as Mr. Seeley.
Yeah, ill-advised foul right there. And again, you know, you're trying to make your way back into the game, and you're giving Penn a great opportunity because this is such a difficult free kick. The free kick where it comes in, such like an early diagonal cross, so difficult to defend for a lot of reasons. One of them being that it's difficult for the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper's in no man's land, and it's easy to get on the blind side of a defender on this play.
On the set out, nice strong far post. Ooh, looked like he was going upper 90 from the onset. Ryan Eapen read it well. He took it very well.
He had a good starting point, and he started a counter with a nice release. Now let's see what the Tribe can get going from this.
Delgado races the middle, but Penn's defense gets back in time. 3 minutes left, and that ball just comes through midfield. Wagner trying to track it down. No joy. Kochel sends back to Howes.
But we've seen some more positive energy over the last 5 minutes. Maybe it was the new group of players coming in for the Tribe, but we've seen a little bit more in their not only their counterattack, but their counter pressing.
Sullivan from the midfield looking up. Nice. Nice done. Service in the middle. 2:20 left to go. Now the Tribe with the ball from the circle. Mr. Referee, please get out of the way. Serga Johnson sends it back. Mr. DeFelice.
It's been a quiet night for Mike DeFelice.
He hasn't made too much noise. One
of our favorite guys.
And that's the one thing, you have the referees, and Mike DeFelice is one of them. He's going to let the game play, but there will be a line note drawn that cross the line, whistle's going to come out. Across the next line, the cards are going to come out. No, he's very fair. We've seen him do no other. Right now, he definitely has this game under control as the visitors are trying to scratch away at a 2-0 deficit under 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Kochel. And Sealy. Good battle. Kochel wins it. Tries to turn. Service near post. First touch, no. Second touch, Penn.
Well, we've seen some positives. We've seen some positives from William and Mary, say, over the last 7-8 minutes. And not to say that Penn has let them hang around, but they kind of have. And really.
As that one dances across the goal mouth, I was getting ready to contradict that a little bit, and by saying that who you have on the field, but then you look at this one.
Yeah,
this just kind of pinballs around and a little too close for Philip Falcon III's liking. But nonetheless, Penn will have it. Now we're under 30 seconds.
But again, it's just a couple inches away from making this a 2-1 match.
This is true.
And again, it's that whole mystique of the 2-0 lead that we had talked about when Penn got the 2 early goals.
Correct.
What is your mentality for this?
Correct.
Of course, your mentality is, let's put them away.
Good. Yeah.
Let's put them away. Let's get some fresh legs in. Let's get some deserving reserve players into the match.
Final 10 coming off the clock. Here's a nice ball here, but a nice slide tackle. The Tribe will just send it back to the middle of the pitch. And 2-0 the score in favor. Make it in neutral, but downshifted into a gear that put them in a little bit of a precarious spot. And sometimes it came back to bite them. But Penn starting things off right from the circle. And getting forward are the red and blue, but their guests are doing very well and settling into the defense and trying to press forward. Oliver Pratt with the ball.
Dan, Penn played a very good first half. Let's make no mistake about that. And it was by no means where they just kind of going through the motions. But the score has allowed William and Mary some to come out with some energy, some fight, and more than anything, it allowed William and Mary to come out with some hope, because after that second goal, it didn't look like there was a lot of hope left for them, and it was going to be a long night for them. So credit to them and their coaching staff for keeping them in the game. A lot of it had to do with the 2-0 lead, and just like the psychological effects that it has on the team with that 2-0 lead. But credit William and Mary for making a game of this. And now we're going to see how the Quakers can kind of figure this out with a group of guys that came in as subs towards the latter part of the first half. And we'll see what comes of it.
And Coach, you were spot on by saying as far as the mental and the mentality aspect for this William and Mary Tribe. As we said before, you look back, the recapping of the season, they have had several goals, down 2, down 3, down more, and dropping those margins. The last time out did not end well for the Tribe, but the match before that, their win against UNCW 2-0. Epen was starting in goal. He had 4 saves that night, but you also had Kosic and Cooper both scoring as Penn's knocking on the door already in the second half. So for the coaching staff, I tip an extra hat to them, to keep the ship right to the boys and just trying to, hey, you've said it so many times as a coach. I've heard it said many times by many coaches. It's all about this play, then the next play, then to start building and to keep going things up from there. And we'll see what happens. There's still plenty of soccer. And no, it's 2-0 by any stretch of the word impossible. Oh, no, not at all. Like I said, we've seen 2 goals. We've seen 3 goals get taken away.
One of the biggest duties of a coach at halftime is not only just to make the tactical changes, but also the psychological, the mentality. of your team. And both of these guys have been around for a long time and been very successful. And I'm sure that they instilled this in their team. And we're talking about a game that really does not have any implications in terms of the conference and in terms of where they're going to go in postseason. But, make no mistake about it. It's been a rough season for William and Mary at 2-7, 2-7-3. And they weathered the storm after those 2 early goals.
As now they're trying to make some noise inside of 18 right now. But Penn's back line doing well to get this off the front porch and see if they can take it up the road a little bit. Ravish. Inside Harris. Beckham Harris watches it go out of bounds, and Ravish will come in to take the throw in.
Yeah, so now you look up again and you see this Penn defense, and again it's in lines, it's in layers, it's very difficult to break down. It's very organized.
Just a little loss of footing there. Penn trying for the breakout. Nicely done to get it back. Left side. Up top, Harris again sends it out.
There just seems to be a little bit more pep in the step of the Tribe right now.
Yes.
In this second half.
But Penn, though, trying to get through Jack Wagner. Pretty much getting knocked around to keep things going.
And for a lot of the guys that have entered the match for Penn this evening, it's still what we would call audition time for a lot of these guys. So guys that Brian Gill needs to see who he can rely on in the event of first line star going down, in the event of just what it takes, because this next month is going to arrive pretty quick. There's a month left in the season, the regular season.
And
all indications are that some rain.
No, we've got smoke coming in through the left. Nothing from the officials as of yet. We saw this at the end of the last match.
It's not very fun to breathe in, I'll tell you that.
So, playing on right now. As it may have come from the trains that are literally right behind us. I don't know if our camera guys up top can maybe turn around and show you literally how close the trains are.
Tell you what I learned at halftime is that the player most likely to make friends with the opposing team is Oliver Pratt for Penn, according to his teammates.
Oh, okay. So you were watching the video.
I'd say if he keeps whipping in those early diagonal balls, he's not going to make a lot of friends with William and Mary.
I was going to say, I don't think I'd want to speak of the man, and there he appears. Oh, he's getting ready to throw this one in. Yeah, I definitely, I don't know. Let me see. If I was playing against Oliver Pratt, let me see. How can I put this one? I think at the end of the game, there was apparently an exchange between two brothers that both played professional football.
Okay.
And they met in the biggest game of the season.
Oh, okay.
One obviously won, the other did not.
Okay.
And from what I understand, the one brother said to the youngest, the one that won, "Congratulations," and the next sentence, I can't repeat. I think I would, as this shot goes from the left side, and he'd been covered in. I think that if I was playing Ollie, one-on-one out on the pitch, at the end of the match, that would probably be my extent to him. Hey, congratulations. Now, well,
he's had a great career.
He's had a great career here at Penn. He really has. Ollie is that one player that you love. Or like when he starts going, and you know to get your camera ready because something Something magical is about to happen.
Well, he's an energy guy, and when
He is
you have
very much an energy guy.
When you have the energy guys on the team, whether his teammates realize it or not, he's energizing them.
Yes.
So on teams you have battery chargers and battery drainers, and so many things that players do with their body language and their emotions and how they play when things aren't going so well. More than anything, we really take a look and we really make big judgments on players on what they do when the ball turns over and how quick they are to just get on with things. And those are the kind of things that build championship teams, and those are the kind of things that
almost a nice ball here for the visitors. Step in front, but a better kick save by the Quaker netminder. The William and Mary bench just facing hands. I thought that was the one right there.
I'm telling you, this Tribe squad feels empowered. They feel confident. It's listen, when Brian Gill gets some of his first line guys in, we'll see how they adjust, what kind of adjustments are made. But right now we have a game. We have a fun game to watch.
Garrison now left side, working his way through. That gets deflected and tucks behind the flag, and this will be a corner for the visitors. I know on the Penn Quaker social media, they posted the first goal by Dallin. And speaking of Mr. Stas Korzenowski, he did make comment to it as far as Ollie on the assist. In front, first touch Penn on the header.
Did he make any mention of me? He called him Stan.
Now, see, I was just going to let it go and leave it alone as this one gets headed away. If all of a sudden my phone chirps on a message, I'm probably just going to hand it to you. And I'm going to try to go far side, but Penn's defense heads away.
I told you I scouted Stosh for the Union a couple weeks ago. He sat 2 rows from his dad. Had a nice conversation with his dad throughout the match.
Michael Howard outside. Ollie passes it back. Well, Kelly remained into the game from the end of the first half.
I did not. Well, I got it wrong.
Mr. Pock sends forward.
Yeah, but I thought that was.
And now, after the tangle up, Mr. DeFelice determines that the hosts were in foul, so the visitors will send it back forward.
When the next wave of subs come in for William and Mary, one sub I'm looking forward to coming back in is number 7, Webb Kosic. And I'd mentioned to you before, this young man in January of 23 was diagnosed with severe aplastic anemia, and his life was saved by a bone marrow transplant from his sister Julia.
Those are the stories we love to find out about.
I'm getting goosebumps just telling you this story.
Yeah, I was getting goosebumps when you were telling me pregame before he went on the air.
But I spoke to Chris Norris, and he said that he missed the spring semester, was back for classes in the fall semester. But it's been a year and a half since he's been back on the soccer pitch, and now he's back. He's not back to full strength, and God bless you, young man, for your strength and your courage and your family and your sister. And what a wonderful story that was to hear about.
And you know what, Coach? I mean, you and I have been calling games for a couple of years now together, and that's the one thing I really like when we either right before we go on the air, we're getting set up, or maybe the days or hours before we get here. Just, okay, what stories you got? What stories do you have? And we go back and forth. We put together, a good number of things to talk about these phenomenal student athletes. On both sides of the pitch, because at the end, that's what it's about. It's their journey, it's their story, and the play continues on for Penn. Here's Sullivan. Kind of playing pinball around here in the middle, but the stories of these student athletes, and over my years at Penn, I've seen a lot of comeback from injuries. Ball serviced And this is going to roll. I couldn't see which side of the flag. Throw it. I've seen players get injured from ACL and watch them during their rehab. And if nothing else, just for the pure, simple reason of getting to play with their friends again. Not so much even, because we got to win the Ivy title or we got to win the national championship. No, I want to play with my friends again. I want to play with my best friends, my family. And that has been something that the story has been unfortunately consistent because injuries happen in sports. But the names have changed around, but it's just been phenomenal to watch those stories. And, we got to see a couple of them going on this year. So, yeah, I mean, my hat's off to all of them who have battled through, battled back, and, just enjoyed. I'd normally say another day in the sun, but it's a little dark out, it's a little cold out, but still. As thought we were playing Twister for a minute here. Foul called against William and Mary.
Well, with regards to web coaches, can I say that sometimes with athletes we overuse the word courage and we overuse the word hero, but this guy not only has a tremendous amount of courage, but he's a hero in my book.
Foul called with the possession. Penn will get the setup here.
I think so, yeah.
Mr. DeFelice walking off of the proper 10. That's back here.
I think Brown's number 4 on my list because I think the Brown Bears is
probably one of the best things officials were able to do. Spray for the mark, spray for the 10. Because how many times have we seen it? 10 actually was like 6.5, maybe 7. As the ball goes to the right side, Penn almost made it 3-0.
I love how that mind of yours works. It's like it's still.
But I mean, and it's part of the gamemanship, You've done it. I've done it. No, Mr. Referee, that's not 10. No, 10's over there.
I will say, I think that's one thing Penn has above all the other Ivy Leagues is their mascot name is cool.
Okay. You just heard from the William and Mary bench. This is not youth soccer. These guys are going to run hard and try to score goals. Okay.
I'd smack somebody for that.
Play continues now.
Well.
Quakers is sick. The big green is the word.
Pock. Left side looking for Sully. A little too much curve on it. Sully, though, giving chase.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The Brown Bears, man. The Brown Bears and the Yale Bulldogs. Harvard Crimson sucks. The big green.
Yeah, I know. Chris Norris is imploring his guys. Get up to midfield. Stay connected. Keep pressing hard. Keep looking to win the ball back. Let's get something going in the end because really they're only one goal away from getting right back in this.
Oh yeah, you put one scratch to the board. I say, if you can put one in the next 15 minutes, that's still more than enough to work on trying to level this up. But right now, Penn just keeping the momentum. Pock couldn't punch that one through. Max Cooper comes back to give chase.
Also, like Mark Zuckerberg went to Harvard, so it's kind of
Yeah, and as hard as they're going to push to get that initial goal, I mean, they still have to keep in mind when you're trailing 2-0, you've got to pay attention to defensive details, and you can't be taking plays off and can't be out of position.
Trying to build the shot. There it is. Back of the net for the third time for the Quakers. This time, Jack Wagner hits the mark, his third of the season.
Yeah, boy, and just forget about what I had just said 5 seconds ago because Jack Wagner is just taking that ball off a full turn, and that was a huge goal right there.
That was a huge goal. Jack he controlled it. He turned, fired, right on target, giving Penn the 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and that's a big one now, because now it affords the Penn coaching staff to maybe give some of their other players that have put in a lot of time, put in a lot of minutes, maybe a little bit more rest time. And this is an important part of the season. Again, with a non-conference game, where do you want to do that? And that goal by Wagner was huge, because now it gives them just a little bit of a cushion. Just in what we talk.
You still don't want to put it in neutral, but you might be able to downshift a gear now. You're under a half hour to go. Your third goal of the evening.
That was me at the Army-Navy game the other day. The women tied
Well, it gives the Quakers a little bit of a cushion, and more than anything, it takes off the stress. It takes off that stress, because now you know if the score gets back to 2-1 that you're going to be scrambling, and regardless, from the Penn standpoint, it's not so much the win or loss in the conference; it's the RPI points.
Penn doing work on the far sideline.
Funny thing, that old RPI, because you can win a game at home and actually lose points in the RPI. But it's still,
on by how much.
Yeah, but it's still a valuable tool in terms of selection for the NCAA tournament. And again, when we talk about a league that last year was a 3-bid league and hoping to be a 3-bid league again, all of those different datas and metrics, whether you win the league, all those things.
You were trying to say.
Yeah, no, but all those things are a factor in it. Because if you don't win the regular season, what's great and what they initiated 3 years ago, one of the best things this league has ever done is institute that playoff
and tournament. Yep.
And it's not only great for the 4 teams, Dan, that make the playoffs. What it's good is it keeps everybody alive most of the time until the final game,
Right, and like how you and I were saying before, Princeton's got the first 3 games in. Okay, they got 9 points. If we didn't have a tournament, our verbiage at that point might be Princeton's on their way, to get the berth again.
Yeah, last look, they're down at James Madison 0-0 at halftime.
Well, there's a few teams in the Ivy League playing today. Columbia was at Army. They touched at 6. Colgate's at Cornell, so it'll be interesting to see that. And Brown is hosting Bryant. And as you said, Princeton's at JMU.
Bryant, the 3rd-ranked team in the RPI out of Rhode Island, will be coming to Princeton on Tuesday night. But then again, what we talk about here, this decision Saturday, the final Saturday of the Ivy League, there'll be at least 6 teams on the men's side.
Oh yeah,
that'll still be in the hunt, most likely.
Or is it I think it's red.
And that's just phenomenal for these athletes, because they're they're interested. They're passionate about staying involved with it. In the past, Dan, you've been in this league for a long time. That if a team goes down many times to 2 losses, they're almost looking like our chances of getting to the postseason are over, and it's too early for that in the season.
Right, and like we said, with the tournament, there's still plenty to play. Right now, William and Mary trying to do some work right side. They pulled inside of 18. Not much there. Nice header, Penn. Now a stoppage in the play with the head contact as Evan Rebish was getting his head looked at with the contact. So the trainer will come out to see him as we take a look at some of those out-of-town scores. Columbia drew against Army. Second half action. Brown down. Cornell up by 3. And Princeton and James Madison, as you said, 1-1. So we're going to see about a replacement substitution.
Those are some tough out-of-conference matchups
That's
for teams in our league.
That's definitely nothing to sneeze at on there. As Evan Rebish is going to be allowed to come right back in.
You know, in this league, you and I talked many times, Dan, is that what's probably the best thing about this league is that nobody transfers out. Players don't. You know, they're at some of the best academic institutions in the country, in the world, and they're not transferring out. And what you have is you have the opportunity as a coach to build a relationship and make a change in a young man, and you have the opportunity for players to build long-term friendships. But also what you have is you have rivalries where you might play against someone 5 and 6 times during the course of your career. And it's just great, you know, considering what's happening in the landscape of college athletics, and players are here now and they're gone before you know it.
Blink of an eye, 4 years goes by. Penn bench wanting a handball against Garrison. Mr. DeFelice not seeing it that way, and play continues.
I also like Brian Gill's response when Jack asked him at halftime about how does your program produce these great strikers? And I love what Gilly said. It was like these guys come in with They come in with a great skill set, and we're just trying to make it a little bit better.
I think out of the Shield logos, Brown might have the worst one. Yeah, I think everybody does.
Off to the right side now. William and Mary trying to make a turn. Penn's defense, though, very staunch in allowing any open looks. Good work here. For example, Jack Wagner's trying to reel one in. Some footwork, some tackle is going to be against Jack Wagner. And, we don't want any of that. David Burney not happy with it. And I can't say that I blame him on this one. I mean, getting a little chippy down here. Jack got caught getting tangled up with the feet, the arms, and everything. But it just turns into a foul. The book stays in the pocket of Mr. DeFelice.
D'Annunzio Poole.
Bernie, the big 6'6" freshman. He's been involved in quite a few moments tonight.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go up against that. I'll pass. Passed out to the left side. Garrison.
What was your event? What's your stroke?
Garrison's right foot. He's looking near post, but Philip Falcon III will cover, even though off the mark on the near post, as we're about 20 and a half minutes remaining here in this match. Good punt, well past the circle. First touch Penn, looking for Wagner again. And that goes out of bounds. Penn is going to go back to the bench. See who comes in when the proper opportunity permits.
Patrick Caielli coming, looking to return.
I think I see Marco Bottin in there.
Aiden Frick, so 3 guys that started the match are going to be re-entering.
Max Cooper with a little bit of room, trying to make something, but he checks up, looking for help. Finally gets it in the middle. Good service off to the right side. Singer Johnson sends in. Garrison. Philip Falcon III gotten away, and the ball back to midfield.
Nice counterattack by William and Mary that produced a shot on goal, but where they really missed the opportunity on was the first pass through.
Yes.
Because they have not been able to counterattack because of Penn's ability to just track back, make recovery runs, and get back at speed. This was one of the rare occasions where they weren't able to get back in time. That's a good ball, too.
Nice service over here. Untouched. Oh, and a brilliant strike. Alex Garrison gets his first goal of his collegiate career. 3-1, but Garrison won for the highlight reel. Watch this.
And that's what you said. Something we've seen a lot tonight. The early diagonal ball. This time, not across, just a ball played across. That's a difficult ball for Garrison.
He tucked that thing just inside.
Garrison's feet were properly set. He was balanced. He hit a bouncing ball coming across his body. There's another high-level goal that we've seen tonight.
Aiden Frick, Patty Kaeli, and Dahlin and Sokolowski come back into the match to finish this one out. But the freshman from William and Mary opening up his collegiate account. That was a nice one.
Yeah, I think Garrison and Romeo Dahlin, they're not professional players, but their goals tonight were professional goals.
Oh, that was high quality.
Yeah.
He had an assist this year, so now he's got a total of 3 points. Started in 2 matches this year, played in 11, so a good first year for the freshman from Annandale. Let's see if it can spark something for this William and Mary offense.
There's a high-level skill, and you watch players, and only at the highest level do you see players, strikers, attacking players that are able to finish those bouncing, awkward balls on a regular basis.
Here they come again. Here he comes again. Garrison off to the races. Garrison tries to serve up, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick. So Alex Garrison's work here in this second half may be producing benefits.
He may not finish with the man of the match, but he's been the man of the last 5 minutes for sure.
So we'll see off of the corner.
Water polo at Princeton, the graphics are automated, so it's pretty easy.
Ball in, first touch Penn, comes back out to 18. Tribe will retreat to almost middle of the park. Koschel.
Yeah, they do.
Chips one up for serve. Just about to the spot. Swatted away by Penn. Sigurd Johnson starts one that's going to go all the way back to the keeper.
And guess what, Dan? We're back to a 2-goal lead.
And incoming. Ball bending over and one hopping to the right of our position here at Rhodes Field. Out of bounds will be throw in coming back up this way. Under 16 to go. Nice sliding tackle by Connor Dawson, but the visitors still pressing forward. One up the right wing, 2 in the middle, bending ball. Still loose. Malachi Neal could not handle it, but Philip Falcon III collects it. Almost a dangerous spot there as Webb Koschitz is set to come back in. Good strong left foot by the Quaker netminder.
Pretty sure Cornell does too.
You know, when we talk about high-quality goals, I was remiss in not including Jack Wagner's, 180-degree turn.
Yeah, Jack wasted no time
another high-level
on that.
goal. Yeah.
So definitely a night for the highlight reel for a couple of people. as the Quakers going to try to get this 3-goal lead back. From the right side. Oh! Speaking of highlight reel, it gets loose. And a foul called. Clock stopped. Do we have a penalty? So brilliant first touch on the save. Couldn't keep a hold of it. And, this is going to be a penalty as Eric Sokolowski got tripped up. So Ryan Epen has one yellow card on the season. I think he just got his second. And that's going to put Patty Kayeli in for the penalty kick. Patty's 1 for 1 this year. He gets set up. 14-18 left to go here in the second. The whistle. Kayeli hesitates. 3-goal lead once again for the Quakers. Patty Kayeli, his 5th of the season, comes by way of the penalty. And Penn has reestablished the lead.
Yeah, good penalty kick here by Kayeli. Good teams take the advantage of opportunistic moments in the matches. And, right there, Eden just fumbled the first cross, just fumbled the first shot.
He got down and got his gloves behind the ball. Yeah. I mean, brilliantly, just unfortunately could not keep it in the gloves and keep it in front of him. So coming back in is going to be Botein and George Herbert. Sully comes out and Will Kelly comes back out. Penn back with the 3-goal lead. 4-1 is the score.
Well, it was a good initial save by Epen, but unfortunately what he did was he fumbled it back into a place where the ball could be rebounded. And then the consequential trip after that. And so every time that we think that William & Mary is going to be coming back and making this a 1-goal game, that, the opportunistic Penn Quakers just jump on, the opportunities that have been provided to them.
And for the second time since the season opener, Penn has scored 4 goals in the match. Still plenty of soccer left in this one. 13:40 left to go here in the second half, and Penn is on the move again. From distance, but this one right to the awaiting breadbasket of Ryan Epen. He covers nicely. Ball all the way back to Penn's 18. The defense handles it. Philip Falcon III's left foot sends it on its way back to the midfield.
Big doubleheader here Saturday for you and I, Dan. Not only do we have at 5 p.m. second place Cornell Big Red against third place Penn Quakers with serious.
And then also it'll be a Penn soccer doubleheader, as the women's side will also be at it.
Sorry, serious implications for the Ivy League on the men's side, but then we'll also have Cornell
for both games
and Penn women. Both of those teams desperately needing to get 3 points to stay in contention for the Ivy League race.
Penn women's side up at Columbia, up 2-0, and then ended in a 2-2 draw. So a full day of Penn and Cornell here at Rhodes Field on Saturday. Both games will be here on ESPN Plus. Hope you'll join us. At least the sun will be out a little bit more. It might be a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Good effort for the sliding tackle. Kyeli couldn't get this one. Ball comes back. Alex Garrison collects it. Does battle with Kyeli, but unfortunately could not come away the victor. Penn switching fields. And it looks like William & Mary's going to go to the bench again as reserves check in. Noah Wright set to come in, as well as JT Quinter for the Tribe.
I'm going straight home to see if I can catch the second half of international friendly U.S. and Australia.
Devin Cooper set to come back in for the Tribe. Bryce Smith is also going to come in. A little more than 10 minutes and change remaining in this one. Romeo Dallin, 2 goals in the first half. Wagner, Kyeli in the second. Opportunity for the 5th goal of the evening. Stopped by Ryan Eapen.
Things don't get any easier for the Tribe as they host number 24th ranked George Mason.
I saw that pregame, and it's like, so definitely have to turn this game around and get ready to go as well. So George Mason, and would you say 24th ranked?
24th ranked. That's Tuesday, October 21st. So they have
so they got some time.
Yeah, they got a little week off.
Kyeli. Back into the middle, Romeo Dallin. Nice sliding tackle. Ollie Pratt's done that 1,000,001 times in his years here at University City. How he just slide tackles, takes it, controls it, moves it. Sokolowski out to the left side. Tries to service, no joy. Making a turn. Inside.
Oh, boy.
Oh! The trip, the foul, another penalty is called.
Yeah, a lot of times you're not getting a second penalty kick in the match here. Oh, but boy, it looks like Mike DeFelice had no choice other than to whistle that one on the 12-yard spot.
So a chance for the Quakers to go up 5-1, their largest offensive output of the season. To take a look at it again. Looking at it from that angle. But nonetheless, the penalty is called. And once again, Patrick Kyeli will line up. Patty sets, Ryan Eapen comes set, the whistle. Kyeli. 5-1. Patrick Kyeli got 2 goals on the night, both coming by way of the penalty. And Penn is on top, 5-1.
No drama, just picked his spot.
He knew where he was going from Jump Street. And the substitutes are coming in for William & Mary as Patrick Kyeli, again, his 6th goal of the season. 2nd of the night by way of the penalty kick. Eight and a half minutes of soccer remaining. Kyeli. Off of Mike DeFelice. That's not allowed. We've been paying Mike compliments all evening long.
Yeah.
Under 8 minutes to go, and now he gets in the way. And we know he's going to watch this back, and we'll probably hear something from him later because every time he comes in, next game after we've had him, he's usually got something to say to us. So we tried, Mike. Play continues now. Left side of the box, flags up.
You don't use this term very often when describing referees, but he's a very gregarious fellow, Mike DeFelice.
Okay, for the folks at home, how are you defining this? Because I don't have the first clue. I mean, there's a couple of ways I can describe him, but I don't know.
He's an outgoing guy.
He's very outgoing.
Yeah.
He, like I said, he's very fair.
Well, he's got personality.
Oh, he's got personality.
But a lot of times, referees, you need to have a certain personality.
Yes.
You need, what players want from referees? They want consistency.
Penn working top of 18 from distance. Nice sliding tackle. Both team trying it again. Kaeli, left foot. Kaeli bends it. Kaeli gets one from outside of the box. His third goal of the night. Penn is now up 6-1. Kaeli with the hat trick, 2 from the spot. The third from outside.
So we've said this 3 different times tonight. A high-level goal, a professional goal. Look at that bending strike. Whew. That's stuff that you see on the weekend. Again, Patrick Kaeli is not a professional player. That is a professional level goal right there.
Brian Epen extended, got up in the air. Unfortunately, there's not going to be much you could do. 6 goals. The largest output for the Quakers this year.
Dan, here's what I liked about Kaeli's strike is that you could see that he spent a lot of time practicing that. And he's not just taking too many players, regardless of what country you come from or what age, they spend a concentration of their technical skills in finishing with just hitting power shots and just hitting, easy repetitions. You can see by that strike that Patrick Kaeli, you need confidence to take that strike in a match because you only get a couple opportunities at a time. If you get 1 or 2 opportunities in a match, you're fortunate. And when you get that opportunity, most players have a tendency to just hit it with what comes natural to them, what they're familiar with. So you can see that Kaeli is very familiar with bending a ball like a pro into the corner.
All right, Penn making wholesale, and I do mean wholesale substitutions, coming in as you see on your screen. And it looks like we're going to get a couple of people from the Quakers that are getting their first minutes here. It looks like Max Boimier, the freshman from Naples, coming into the match. Beckett Empson Speeden from Brooklyn. I see him coming in. And not sure. By my count, there's only, outside of goaltenders, there's only one other field player that has not made an appearance yet. Hold on. Oh, that one just carried in the wind. Tim Shine making his 5th appearance, playing the ball on the right side. Kalani Kunamura.
Well, the fans got their money's worth tonight in terms of quality.
In
terms of quality scoring, and in terms of some quality moments, we saw 4 high-quality goals tonight.
We saw some very good quality shots as Penn puts, like I said, 6 up on the board. William and Mary trying to negotiate the middle part of the park here. 4:25 left to go. Alex Garrison all the way over here on the near side, the lone goal scorer for the Tribe. And we talked about the quality shots.
Still time for another goal. Still time for another high-quality goal.
4 minutes left to go. Ball inside, bouncing around, slapped away by the back line of the Quakers.
Any guesses on who Jack's going to interview for man of the match?
So we're probably going to go one of two ways. Either Patrick Kielli on the hat trick, or, I would still kind of lean Romeo Dolan, only because, and this is nothing against Patty, 2 of the 3 goals came by way of the penalty kick. Yes, the pressure's all on the striker, but I don't know. We'll see what he gets.
We'll find out in 3 minutes.
If I understood the definition of the statistic, Romeo Dolan will still get credited with the game-winning goal, his second
Game-winning goal,
in the half. Yeah, so he will get that tab unless William and Mary's able to score before this one ends. And then at which point it'll go to Jack Wagner with the 3rd goal of the evening for the game-winning goal stat. Noah Wright sends to Howes, back and forth. Not finding much there. Retreating back, Devin Cooper. His right foot looking for Garrison. Gets deflected away. Up the right side, Philip Falcon III will play to his feet. He's going to take as many seconds as he can before picking it up. Max Cooper right there with him. Penn on its way to its 5th victory on the Rhodes Field pitch. They are going to increase to 6-2-3 overall.
Is it Alumni Day Saturday?
Saturday is definitely slated for the women. I think for the men, but don't hold me to that. So we'll definitely see who starts popping up.
Regardless, you will be over there schmoozing because you are beloved by the Penn soccer alumni on the men's and women's side.
Last minute being called by the public address announcer, Mr. Kevin Casey, as this one goes out of bounds. And Mr. Kunamura will do the throw-in. Whoops. Now we got a player down. That's Max Cooper up on his own. He's taking a little inventory. The clock stopped at 48 seconds. And he'll try this again. Kunamura gets it back in. Makes a little press, a little contact. Adam Kukler. Right side, Tim Shine. Service to the near post, and Apen will collect it. We're under 30 seconds.
I'm hoping Adam Kukler could get a goal because he was also voted worst singer at halftime by his Penn teammates.
Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine?
No, I can't believe you pulled that one up.
Yeah. He seemed really well liked by his teammates, I can tell you that
Well,
much.
apparently so. They got him singing. 10 seconds left being counted off. Penn with its largest margin of victory on the season, their highest scoring output of the year.